One of my personal favorite genres of games is puzzle platformers, and Backpack Boy is taking on the genre in the best way. We played the demo for Backpack Boy here on Bickering Nerds previously, and it made its way onto my wish list immediately after that. And now, the developers were kind enough to send us a key to the game for the purposes of this review. So there was no reason for me to not jump into the full game to see how it lives up to what the demo set up. And I have to say, I was very impressed with it during the demo, so I walked into the full game with high hopes. In Backpack Boy, you play as an unnamed traveler who's traveling up a mountain when he discovers a flashlight and a door leading inside a mountain. But this is no ordinary flashlight. This flashlight gives a glimpse into an alternate reality that allows us to manipulate the environment to make doorways where there are currently walls, or allow items to pass through floors. As the game progresses, it's shown that this facility was once a place of science, and the flashlight, along with other objects, allow us to view the facility from a time long ago. The story itself isn't laid out for you, and it's more put there for interpretation. As you walk around, you'll find clues as to what this place was and what it previously looked like, and the game makes great use of the two timelines that you can see between, with the flashlight and other light sources incorporating into the puzzles each room has, with some puzzles being easier than others. It's a great mechanic that leads to a lot of fun where you have to make sure to shine your light somewhere to make platforms appear or disappear, with plenty of platforming mechanics too as you jump around the level, or use different items to weigh down buttons or light up paths where the flashlight can't reach. With the game bringing different ways to manipulate the environment every step of the way, like these doors that allow you to change the environment completely from the past to the present and back, thus allowing you to change the environment but in reverse. Then these odd spinning things that you can control to split the environment in different ways between the past and the present. Every mechanic that gets added is a new way to change the environment and keeps the puzzles feeling fresh, with there being a good mix between the easy puzzles to teach you the new mechanic, and then the puzzles that will make you have to sit back and think before finally getting the eureka moment. But if you're having too much trouble with the puzzles, there are some options to help you out, with one of those options giving you a hint that you can then use in order to help you solve the puzzle, and a skip button which will allow you to skip the puzzle entirely. So if there's a puzzle holding you back, the game gives you some options so you can just keep moving, with the hints it gives you being kind of vague but enough information to give you a good glance at what you should be doing. And that skip one can come in handy in some levels that require a little bit too much precision to get past a puzzle. I played this game on a controller, and I can say the controls sometimes are not forgiving, where in order to hold a flashlight out while moving and also holding on to something to solve a puzzle, I found myself needing to contort my hands a bit to hold the controller in an awkward way to pull it off in order to hit buttons while controlling both sticks at once. But I only ran into this on a couple puzzles. Outside that, it was smooth sailing, with the puzzles all having a good flow to them as you go through them. But the platforming for it can get a bit tricky, especially in the later part of the game, where it has puzzles that are more heavily based on timing. And if you miss that timing, you're gonna have to wait until the next moment of time comes up, which does slow the game down quite a bit. I felt like the later part of the game felt a lot longer, but when I went back through my footage, it really wasn't that long. It just felt it because there was a lot of waiting, with me spending more time trying to line up my jumps than looking at the puzzles to solve it. But these puzzles still had plenty of fun to them, with the game overall feeling very well made and considered. And it's one of the perfect games to come back to in order to try and speed run through it in the future. Overall, I would say if you're a fan of puzzle platformers like Portal, Animal Well, Celeste, Tethergeist, or one of the other numerous fan-loved puzzle platformers, then I would highly suggest giving Backpack Boy a chance. It's a simple puzzle platformer that uses its mechanics to the fullest, that makes for a puzzle game that I found myself loving. And I'll be for sure watching to see what Chuck and Niles games come up with in the future after playing this. But that's my thoughts on Backpack Boy. If you play Backpack Boy or intend to, let me know what your thoughts are on it in the comments below. And if you liked this video and made it this far, give us a like and subscribe to Bickering Nerds for more. And check out some of our other videos on screen here, like our playthrough of the demo of Backpack Boy. Until next time, this is Brad with the Bickering Nerds.